So, Adam, in your entire career, right, what was the biggest lesson or revelation you had or you experienced regarding just like portfolio management and just like clients and everything else?
I would say it'd be hard to put a finger on one big lesson because I'd say there's two huge lessons I learned. The first lesson I learned was what I kind of alluded to earlier, middle of 2008, on the phone with a very, very well-known, famous portfolio manager who managed a very well-known top 10 mutual fund in the country. And he told me that um, he thought that the market had another 20 to 25% down before it bottomed, but the mutual fund was invested at 92% stocks. And so I asked him, I was like, if you think this thing's got legs to the downside, why are we so heavily invested in equities? And an attorney breaks in the line and says, well, as you know, we have a investment policy we have to adhere to. It's on page 14 of the prospectus, and we have to stay invested at 90% more in stocks at all times. So it's almost like you have to be aware of these things. And when I learned that most of these mutual funds and all ETFs, by the way, have to be invested at a certain percentage or more in stocks, bonds, whatever it is that they invest in. So it was that moment that I realized I have to do something different here. And so that was a huge moment for me in my career. And that's where I mentioned it was either sell the company and do something else or, manage money in a different way. And that's where we started using technical analysis. So that was the first one. And the second one's related. It's kind of interesting. But I realized years later, because there's times when trend following doesn't work. It's like COVID is a perfect example. When the market goes down 34% in 22 days, you're not going to sell toward the top. I mean, it's not happening. You're going to sell on the way down the hill, but